Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bible study for everyone. Today is day number 8, and so we're going to be in Matthew chapter 8. Once again, I'm Matt, and I'm going to be the facilitator today. So, this is a great chapter. Jesus just comes back from the Sermon on the Mount, and he's giving a lot of rules. He's setting the tone for what his ministry looks like. And he basically just drops the mic. He says, "Hey, I'm going to start healing. I'm going to show what my true power is all about." And so that's exactly what he does. It starts with a centurion man who had traveled all the way over because he heard of Jesus. It's just some incredible faith. The man basically says, "Lord, my servant is paralyzed and I want you to heal him." And Jesus says, "Well, then I will go heal him." And the man says, "No, I know that if you just speak the word, that you can save this man." And Jesus is shocked. He's shocked by his faith so much that he announces to everyone that this is the best faith that he's seen. And then he immediately heals the guy. You know what I love so much about this story is that Jesus knows that he can heal anyone with word. He uses these physical examples to make people see how he heals. But the truth is, he could just snap his fingers. He doesn't even have to say anything and someone can be healed. And that's what he does today. And my question for you is, do you really believe that? I mean, the rest of this chapter, we see him healing many. We see him heal his mother-in-law. We see him calm a storm. We see him heal men with demons. I mean, this whole chapter is all about how Jesus is so powerful. But do we really believe the God that we serve and that we pray to today is the same God that was there 2,000 years ago? I'll be honest, a lot of times I don't. But the truth is, it's happening. We may be in a different generation, and Jesus isn't standing right next to us doing miracles. But Jesus is still here. And maybe the reason why you haven't seen miracles is because your faith isn't strong enough. I'm not going to get into the details today, but I have seen some incredible miracles that Jesus has just recently worked out in my life and the lives of others. So test your heart today. Are you believing that the Jesus that we're reading in Matthew chapter 8 is the Jesus that we speak to and we pray to God through? So I skipped over one section, and that's verses 18 to 22. And this is the fact that there's a cost. So the rest of chapter 8, Jesus is healing. Jesus is doing all these miracles. Everyone's so happy. But as he notices people start following, he doesn't take the time to just boast in himself. He takes the time to say, there's a cost to following me. And that means you may not know where you're going to be laying your head tonight. So if that doesn't sound great, then maybe reconsider. And you may have to lose some family members or friends. And I'm not saying that Jesus is saying that to you today. And you shouldn't just say, "Oh, I need to leave all my family and friends to follow Jesus today." But once again, ask yourself the question, would I be willing to? Is Jesus truly the number one in my life? Or are there other things that take priority right now? And if they do, then that's okay. We're all working towards the truth. And I'm here to hopefully get you guys excited enough to where Jesus can become higher and higher on that list until he becomes the priority. So a lot to think about today. I'm going to try to boil it down to this one word, and that one word is going to be believe. So today, as you're going through your day, do you believe? When you're having a coffee with that coworker and they break the news that someone in their family is truly ill, and you start saying a prayer, do you believe in your heart that Jesus could snap his fingers and make the miracle happen right there? How strong is your faith? And at the same time, do you believe enough that you'd be willing to sacrifice? So think about believe today. Allow this to be a turning point in your faith where you really take it up to the next level. And we'll talk to you next time. See you guys.